Alright guys, this is my part 2 of my Bioshock 2 walkthrough. So we just came from the ocean. Basically, we're still trying to find our little sister.
Now
And
most who
it
survive
seems that
are like
the splicers are kind of working together,
vicious animals.
but more in the sense that they're using technology rather than just numbers and pipes. It took me a minute here to realize that I'm supposed to get that little hack tool right there. And basically they changed the hacking around. I don't remember if we even hacked in the first one, but it's an interesting little mechanic. You gotta press the hack button. I think it's F for me. And if you land it in the blue, it'll when you're hacking it and you get it in the blue, it'll drop an item or ammo or stuff like that. Not something I figured out right away. I thought if it was blue you had to try again or something, but no, it drops a little bonus. And basically also what the situation is that you as a Big Daddy are actually, I believe, the first Big Daddy to, well, exist. And because of that, basically, what, you know, you're the biggest, baddest, and obviously the only one who can use plasmids, except for, of course, the big sister. Because, you know, admit it, you know, you're Big Daddy, you're the biggest, baddest thing out there in Rapture. There has to be something that's as tough as you and who wants you dead.
Until the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. They miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the Cheka police vanishing them in the night? Regardless, this lamb woman...
Now here's another interesting little piece of story, I suppose.
If she can quiet the rattling of the great chain's weakest links.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love.
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
You're basically trapped in a room. A bunch of people trying to kill you. But it turns out the floor breaks from the fire. As you clearly see. Like I really needed to explain that. But again, here's Bioshock kind of showing its visual prowess. You know, how beautiful it looks underwater. Those little particles of, you know, fish poo and whatever else is in there.
Now you know of
and
the
you can
enemy
loot some of the bodies. I skipped a couple.
Sophia Lamb.
I didn't really...
The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes.
I just didn't really want to pick them all
help
up.
you to fight her.
Of course, you know, making a video, you want to go a little bit faster than you would normally if you're just leisurely enjoying the game. And this is where you really start to get into it. This is where the game starts to show its colors, and it's not so much of a, you know, walk around and pick stuff up kind of game.
Careful. Security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, They can be made to serve you.
Yeah, and rather than having to walk up to them, you can use the little darts to take over the cameras and stuff like that. One good strategy for the splicers, if you're, you know, especially if you're getting overwhelmed, one thing you can do is you can use the drill, like the actual drill function of it, to kind of pause them for a second. You know, like say they're in mid-swing, they're about to hit you, and say you don't have any med kits and you're about to die. You can just use the drill real quick, and they'll kind of get, because you know, you're tearing out their organs and whatnot with a drill. So, you know, you'll be able to pause them for a second and then just smack them once or twice and kill them.
I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
And apparently Eleanor is, well, 10 years older. I thought she'd stay as like a little sister, but it would seem to be otherwise.
Throw objects at foes. You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
And here's a little video, obviously showing that there is no respect for women at that time. Because guys using telekinesis will hit women in the face with bottles. I guess what's changed, you know? Here in New York, you hear about that kind of stuff happening. But that's not the point. I don't agree with it, in case anyone's wondering. So yeah, here's a fun little chance where you can use your telekinesis powers. Of course, after you get every major power, they'll usually try to throw something at you where you would use the powers that, you know, they put out. Yeah, and try to time the grenades. If you see them yelling like "watch out" or "incoming" or something like that, chances are they're throwing a grenade at you, which is a good time that if you have your telekinesis out, you know, use it, throw it back, as the video suggests. But at the same time, you also, if you didn't pick it up, or if you're not using telekinesis, I mean, you want to run, because, you know, grenades are dangerous, as we can all imagine. But this room's actually pretty big. Kind of feel like you get lost every once in a while. That's pretty much the door to go back to where you got the plasmid for telekinesis. As you can see, you don't really need to go back, so it doesn't fully matter. At least not right now. And basically just, you know, spend your time scouring the room to see anything that you can find. You know, med pack or Eve hypo or something. Some water. And keep in mind that sometimes the stuff that you see on the floor, you know, it may be food or something, but it could also make you dizzy.
One of them
And
cornered me and sliced his face.
yeah,
I had a
visit
gun,
the vending
but I
machines.
choked. And then out of nowhere, we both heard this singing. And he took off like hell on wheels. It sounded like a kid. A little
But it's
girl
I like the mechanics that they have for the, what's it called? For like even the hacking. Like you saw me earlier, I hacked the camera. Sometimes you're gonna have to do that in combat, I would imagine. And because it doesn't pause the game so that you can hack the camera, you're probably gonna be fighting off a splicer or two while hacking the camera. But well, this was my part 2 of my Bioshock 2 walkthrough. And hopefully you enjoy, subscribe, and let me know what you think.